Yes, sir. Microphone check 1, 2. What's good? Thoughts of a Predicate winner, man. Thank you guys for joining me. I got to get into some REN right off the bat. I know. It's been too long. Too many times I dropped the ball on a REN's day, man. I dropped the ball this REN's day. I've dropped the ball on another REN's day. I really am. I am sincerely sorry. The past month, just the past 30 days has been the nuttiest, most crazy 30 days I've had in years. It really has been. It's been crazy. Like, work has been so demanding, both jobs, the move, buying a house, selling a house, food expo, inventory. I know y'all don't care about any of that, but you know, it's been difficult. You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all for bearing with me and sticking with me. But we're here to get into it. Let's get into this money game too. I'm not going to make y'all keep waiting and listening to all my excuses, man. Let's get into it. This is REN, Money Game 2. I'm excited, man. Let's get into it. Yeah. Y'all told me to do the lyric video, so I already like that vibe. Yeah.
Strange time of living in panic and hysteria. Poor man learn, the rich man don't care for your narcissist mindset spread like malaria. Sit back and watch the show. America, Britain split through fickle shit. A government of hypocrites. These counterfeit politicians sit in parliament, not adequate. Come on. Needlessly bleeding resources all dry. Turn a blind eye if it means a pay rise. Oh, what a shame it would be, I would die if number 10 Downing Street burned in a fire. Only joking, only messing, don't be stressing. I'm a peaceful adolescent, there's no need to be unpleasant. Write my thesis in a rhyme scheme to analyze the brain while my fingers on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain.
His Money Game series to me is awesome. I haven't heard this one, but I have heard the first one, and I'm more impressed with 3 than I was 1. But just I don't know, man. It's the flow and the educational aspect of it, and knowing REN and knowing who REN is. Like, REN to me is somebody that really cares about his fans, right? He calls them his family. My camera ain't pointing right. He calls them his family, and he has this close-knit relationship with his fans. And I feel like, judging, like, I follow him on X, right? Judge about like the different things that he posts on X and the different things that he says in his music. I feel like he just wants his fans to have the knowledge that he feels like he holds to his heart. And it's educational, you know? But the way that he does it and the way that he forms the relatability through it is just by saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to do this, but I'm going to make a bop out of it. I'm going to make it sound good. I'm going to make it pleasant to your ears, and I'm going to make it catchy and showcase my talent, my skills, and my lyricism, and I'm gonna bring it home, and I'm gonna show everybody why not just that the love for money is the root of all evil. I'm going to show people why the love of money is the root of all evil. And to me, that's where things get lost. It gets lost in translation. Like, a lot of people think that actual money is the root of all evil, but it's really the love of it. And REN does a really good job of explaining why that is. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not a history teacher. I hated history class. I hated history. I failed history. But in history, if I was going to teach it, I would want to first grab attention. And what he did in that first verse was a great way of grabbing the attention. And I think that it's passionate. I think it's a passion of his. Like, I want people to understand. Like, I want people to understand what REN wants to make people understand what REN feels like our purpose is as a society, as a human race, and how it's been infected and mutilated by governments. You know what I'm saying? Because of the love of money. It's very intriguing. It's interesting and dope because you don't normally see musicians have such a passion for something like this to begin with. But I feel like REN does a really good job of laying his passions on the table, but not choosing a side. You know what I mean? It's just, you all suck. Every government, you all suck. And he does a really good job of gaining your attention in that way, because it's not a matter of, oh, I hate him for saying that, or I love him for saying that necessarily. It's just, here's some facts, and I don't have a dog in the fight other than the human race. REN is fire, and to make it sound good on top of that, it's hats off, dog.
Scheme to analyze the brain while my fingers on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 rain. A storm, it comes our way. And
That's
no
hard.
surprise to distorted lies, poison in the veins. But we got to
hard.
blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame. But point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game.
That's hard, dog. That's hard, dog. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
This old money game.
I like how he put a little touch of one of his videos in there too. That's hard.
This old money is a game, and the ladder we climb turns a saint into a sinner with his finger in crime.
Money is the game, and the ladder we climb. That's a loaded statement within itself. Money is the game, not a game. Money is the game, and the ladder we climb. Why? Why is that? Turns a saint into a sinner with a finger in crime. I agree, because that love for money is rooted within evil. It said, the Bible tells us that it's harder for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God than it is for a camel to go through the eye of a needle. Now, yes, that's not because that would make it completely impossible, right? And it's not completely impossible for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God. But what Jesus is saying there is, it's so difficult because your commandments, your number one commandments being to love your neighbor and to love God, basically, is very difficult to do when you put the love of money. If you have this undying love for money, it's going to be very difficult to love your neighbor and to love God. It just is. And that's why, like, I teach my kids, fall in love with the process, not the outcome. Like, I love the grind. I love taking care of my family. But money, I don't love money. Money is just an outcome that comes from the process that I love. You feel me? That's what I'm trying to teach my kids. It's just in everything, not just with money or not just with work, but like with school, with softball, with game, like all of it. You know what I mean? Friendships, like fall in love with the process more than the outcome. Good outcomes follow whenever you love the process. Because what ultimately happens when you do fall in love with the money is greed takes a giant leap in you. And I think it's before you even realize it. I'm afraid that, like, when people fall in love with money and fall in love with the outcomes rather than the process, I think that what ends up ultimately happening is it's just all of a sudden everything in their life starts to be cemented in greed. And I think that that's the big thing about these money games. It's just like, if we can remove greed from the center of your universe, maybe we can get somewhere as humans, you know? And I gotta say, like, I agree. I think that that's a great sentiment to have, and I think that he's right. This is dope.
The ladder we climb turns a saint into a sinner with his finger in crime. I'll break it down for you motherfuckers line by line. This is business economics in a nursery rhyme.
Come on.
She sells seashells on a seashore, but the value of these shells will
She sells seashells on the seashore. See, man, even like the lyrical ability in something like this, like, just to take it there, like, he could have used any example on earth, like, she sells, you know, but she sells rings on the corner of the street. Like, he could have said anything right there, but he wanted to also showcase his skill set here, which that's where I tip my hat the most. It's just like the artistic, not just the development, but the literal ability. Like, you know what, man? I'm not going to keep it simplistic. It could be so simplistic if I said it this way. I could say she sells rings on the side of the street. But instead of saying that, I'm going to make them think a little bit, just because I love hip hop and I love wordplay, and that's super dope to me. I just think that that's something to tip your hat to as well. She sells seashells on the seashore, but the value of these shells will fall. No doubt.
Due to the laws of supply and demand, no one wants to buy shells because there's loads on the sand. Step one,
Right.
must create a sense of scarcity. Shells will sell much better if the people think they're rare, you see. Bear with me, take
Right.
as many shells as you can find and hide them on an island. Stockpile them high until they're rarer than a diamond.
Right. Yeah. Yep. But what makes you behave this way? Greed. It's greed.
Pile them high until they're rarer than a diamond. Step two, gotta make the people think that they want them, really fucking want them. Hit them like Bronson. Influencers, product placement, featured primetime entertainment. If you haven't got a show, then you're just a fucking waste.
Influencers, product placement, feature primetime entertainment, right? So what they could do if they really wanted to make people want these seashells is they could say, hey, Thoughts of a Predicate winner, for your 8,000 subscriber base, man, I'll pay you $5,000 to wear a seashell necklace on your videos and talk about it. Say, yo, man, shout out to the seashell that she sold. You know what I mean? And most people will do that. I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm not going to, like, unless it's something I believe in. Like, if you start seeing me in some Christian attire, I've even had Christian attire people hit me up already that I turned down. They were like, oh, well, it wasn't a crazy paycheck, but it was like, yo, we'll pay you to wear this on your channel. And I turned it down because I felt like my spirit didn't align with them. You know what I'm saying? But, that's where it starts. That's where the greed starts. Before you know it, like if I did something like that, before you know it, I would be doing all kinds of things based off of greed, because all of a sudden it would start to feel like it was okay for me to do it. It's like, all right, sold a part of me out for them seashell necklaces, man. When someone comes up to me on the next one, I'll probably do it. And then there's greed in my heart too. And it's literally a virus that just passes along. It's almost airborne. That just passes along from person to person to person. And then you have product placement, right? In the same way, like I could make that a product placement, and then I could sell them, and I could sell their seashells on my page and get a direct commission based off of what you guys buy, based off of what I wore, right? And then featured primetime entertainment, it could go way higher up than a Nelson. It could be Kendrick Lamar at the Super Bowl selling that, you know, so-and-so is a PDF file. It's never ending, right? Now, if you haven't got a shell, then you're a waste. And that's how it starts. He's right, bro. This is really good. This is a really good message, and he's doing a really good job of presenting it simply, but also lyrically. I think that this is fire.
Product placement, featured primetime entertainment. If you haven't got a show, then you're just a fucking waste, man. Free, it's monopoly. Invest inside some property. Start a corporation, make a logo, do it properly. Shells must sell, that will be a new philosophy. Swallow all your morals, they're a poor man's quality. Expand.
I don't want to just skip over that either. Swallow all your morals. Your morals, that's a poor man's quality. And I got to tell you guys, as somebody that's trying to grow a channel, I dig that. Because I was just talking about it a little bit earlier with Jody. She's she's like my page manager, right? And I was just telling her a little bit ago, talking about people in comment sections and how they think that that's like they think that that's real life. Well, what people do, like on X, for instance, is you'll see these people that just spit out nonsense. They know it's nonsense, right? You know, Trump is doing X, Y, and Z with Elon Musk. How does that make you guys feel? And she'll say, it makes me feel sick. And then all of a sudden, you got all these people that are in Trump and Elon's corner coming to their rescue, and they're fighting in the comments. And all of a sudden, there's, 100,000 comments in this comment section of all these people that are fighting back and forth with each other. Who gets paid for that? She does. The original poster. It's called engagement farming. And I was just literally telling Jody, like, I'm not going to do that on my channel because that's gross to me. But unfortunately, most people don't have any shame. They don't have any kind of code. They don't have any kind of morale. You can't blame them for it. They just weren't taught. They weren't taught to have a code. They weren't taught to have morale. They were taught by the internet because maybe their parents aren't together. Maybe their parents split up. maybe their parents are addicts, maybe their parents are alcoholics that haven't gotten any treatment. Like, I don't know, but I know that this younger generation has been majorly influenced by the internet. And I think that that's something else I kind of want to tip my hat to Ren about is I feel like God has laid it on my heart and on my chest to come out here and bring a little bit of real life to the internet versus letting the internet affect my real life. Unfortunately, so many people have that misconstrued, but I do feel like Ren kind of has that same message where it's like, you know what, I'm going to bring a little bit of real life to this entertainment business and to this hip hop culture. I'm going to bring real life to it and not let the internet affect my decision making, not let the internet affect who I am or what I do or my morale compass. So yeah, I tip my hat to that as well, man. I do.
Man's quality. 4. Expand, expand, expand. Clear forest, make land. Fresh blood on hands. 5. Why just shells? Why limit yourself? She sells seashells, sell oil as well. 6. Guns, sell stock, sell diamonds, sell rock, sell water to a fish, sell the time to a clock. 7. Press on the gas, take your foot off the brakes. Then run to be the president of the United States. 8. Big smile, make big wave. That's great. Now the truth is overrated. Tell lies out the gate. 9. Polarize the people. Controversy is the game. It don't matter if they hate you, if they all say your name. 10. The world is yours. Step out on the stage to a round of applause. You're a liar, cheat, a devil, a whore, and you sell seashells on the seashore.
Excellent, bro. Excellent. Excellent display of greed. This is what this is. Money Game Part 2 is a mirror holding up to society that's full of greed. Salute, bro. This is incredible. Great job. Great job.
Rain, 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 rain. A storm, it comes our way.
Hey.
And no surprise to distorted lies. Poison in the veins, but we died upon the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame. But point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game.
And I'm not afraid to say this too, man. A lot of times what ends up happening is these people are so full of greed that they don't even realize that they're led by greed. Their whole blueprint was greed-based. And this is a great way of exploiting that too. Like, it starts off with sell a couple of seashells on the seashore. Hide the seashells if you get smart about it. Make everybody want it. And the next thing you know, you're working your way towards a presidency. And it's all based out of greed. And when those presidents climb up on that stage and it seems like the world is theirs, they start acting like, and maybe they think it in their minds, like, I'm going to help society. But in reality, the steps that you took to get you where you are is what's wrong with society. But you don't know any different because you're led by greed. Well done, Ren. Hey.
Money game. This all.
Love it. Probably my favorite. I don't know, bro. I gotta be honest with y'all, man, because that Money Game 3 is crazy, dog. I went in complete bass backwards order. But Money Game 3 is probably my favorite because of the video. The video is so incredible. Like, he deserves an Emmy and a Grammy for that. If you haven't seen my breakdown and my reaction to Ren's Money Game Part 3, it's on my Ren playlist. But which I'm going to try to put somewhere right here. Like, maybe we'll put it right here, 1850. All right. And I got to say, though, man, this one it's inspiring. It's inspiring for you to take a look at yourself in the mirror and say, okay, it can start with such simplicity. And when greed starts to take the lead in your heart, you end up walking down a path that you don't even want to walk down or that you don't want to go down. And you just end up walking down it anyway. So your morale compass and everything about your code has laid to bed, literally. And you become something that you never wanted to become. And that's where we are as a country, ladies and gentlemen. So I have to applaud and tip my hat to that. That's incredible. That's an incredible job of illustrating, vocally teaching, performing, and being lyrically inclined to just express the sentiment of greed. It's really well done, man. I have nothing here to critique. I mean, I think that stuff like this is incredible as it is. The only even to like the point of the hook where it just sounds like rhythmic and dope, and it's got this melody to it which draws you into the lyricism, into the storytelling, into like all of it, bro. Ren is really truly a one of a kind artist. He is fire. He is super dope. I loved it. I thought it was great. And with that being said, I'm out, bro. I got a lot of videos to get to over these next few hours, man, just to make up for lost time. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I just wanted to say to the Renegades one more time, man, thank y'all for bearing with me and being patient with me. And if you're new to the channel, please make sure to smash that like button and smash that subscribe button for me. If you're feeling really froggy, smash that subscribe button one more time. Become a member. I have a really special family tier and up membership video that's going to be dropping this afternoon. It's my story told through the paranormal lens of a podcast called Two Girls, One Ghost. If that doesn't make any sense to you, you'll see a little bit later on this afternoon, but it's going to be one of the best videos that I think that I've done. And I can't wait to do it. It's going to be but it's going to be for family tiering up under the memberships. With that being said, I'm out. I'll see y'all on the next one. All right. Peace.